Okay, so on today's episode of the Masked Mechanic, we're going to describe in detail how a Mercedes-Benz airline fitting works for an airmatic suspension. We're not going to talk about the entire installation of the airmatic airbag. We're just going to talk about the brass fitting itself and how it makes an airtight seal and what kind of a fitting it actually is. So we're going to start by looking at the airbag off of a 2017 GLS 450, and this is an old airbag with the fitting right here. So to take this off, you're going to take a 10mm wrench and just unscrew this here. Okay, this comes out. And you're going to have something that looks like this. Okay, to get this off, you're going to pull that piece back and you're going to have this little split collar. Bend that off a little bit. You should be able to slide that off here. I'll just slide off. Gonna open it up just a hair. So let me just pry that off there a little bit. Take that off, then you can just pull that off, and that's what's left is your airline. It's a plastic piece, a blunt end. So we're not going to talk about the entire air suspension. We're just going to talk about that fitting and how it makes an airtight seal so that you're a lot more confident if you want to replace your own airbags. Let's see here. So when you get a new fitting, let's get this old airbag out of the way for the time being. It's going to come like this. This is a new fitting. Comes with a shipping pin. That pin comes there, comes out, okay? And you're going to have these two pieces. This little copper C-collar and the main piece of the brass fitting. You can see there's an O-ring here. And by the look of it, people think it's a compression fitting, but it's actually not really a compression fitting, okay? So let's talk about that for a second. This is a compression fitting, okay? This is what's under your sink. This is a standard plumbing compression fitting on a piece of 1/2 inch copper pipe. So this is what a compression fitting does. You got a nut, slide that on there. This is a water compression fitting. You got this copper or brass compression collar that slides over it. It's tapered on both ends. Then you got your actual fitting. You put that in there, and when you screw this onto here, what it does is this nut is going to compress that copper collar onto the inside of this fitting, and it's going to crimp it down onto the pipe, and the compression of that onto the pipe is what makes it watertight. Okay, so you compress that collar onto the fitting and onto the pipe, and it smashes it all together to make it watertight. That's an actual compression fitting. This isn't. Okay, so you have your C-collar, which is actually a locking collar, not a compression collar. I mean, it's compressed, but that's not what makes it airtight. What makes it airtight is inside this you have two rubber O-rings. You can get this out of here. There's one, right? O-ring. There's a second O-ring in here, which is a little hard to get out. I'll just show you. There's two. So you have this, and it has these two rubber O-rings inside of it. And when you slide the pipe inside there, it's those O-rings inside here that seal it and make it airtight. What that means is that, so this was one that still has the O-rings in it. When you push this through here, bang, it's airtight. That's it. To the fitting, to the line, it's airtight. To make it airtight to the bag, then you just screw it in here. Okay? Screw that down. Take the 10 millimeter, screw that down. So it's nice and snug, but not too tight because you're just tightening down an O-ring. So just like that, that's it. This is airtight, okay? You can put air in there, it'll hold, it won't leak. The only problem is it's not locked in. You just pull that out, okay? So how do you fix that? That's what the locking collar is for. Get that guy out, and let's do this. So how you assemble this is that goes in there. C-collar goes in here. And then down, leave 4 millimeters of extra line on there, roughly. And you're gonna screw this guy in, just like that. Just make sure it's in straight there. And it's screwed in right there. See that? Tighten it down until it's nice and snug. And what that will do, screwing it down is going to compress that C-collar across this line, cut into it a little bit, so you can't pull this out now. Right? That's stuck. So that's airtight and that's stuck in there. And that's it. So just a couple of things is you can cross-thread this pretty easily. The other thing is don't over tighten it. Now that you know, all you need to do is make it nice and snug. That's it. It's just plastic, so if you tighten it too much, it'll strip this. And that's it. So I think once you know how this air fitting works, so the rest of it's pretty easy. So good luck putting your new airbags in your car. Thank you.